What's going on, everybody? I hope all is well. This video is going to be a little bit different than my usual content on this channel. This Dashcam is the first car accessory review I'll be doing, and stick around to the end and I'll tell you how to get this for 10% off. So what we have here is the FITCAMX. And what makes this different from other dash cams is that it's made specifically for your vehicle and designed to look OEM and not like an accessory. This one is specifically made for newer Honda vehicles without radar cruise control, but they make custom dash cams for most makes and models. So we're gonna look at what comes in the box, do a quick overview of the installation, and then talk about its functionality and the app that pairs with it. Opening up the box, you'll find two boxes within, the unit itself and the accessories. Inside the boxes, you'll find a trim removal tool, a wiring harness, user manual, the camera itself with an attached wire, a 64GB microSD card, and they included a microSD card reader that works with a USB-A port. Now I'm installing this on my 2016 Honda Civic EX without Honda sensing. This means that the rearview mirror has no housing built into it and no radar sensors. So the way the wiring is going to work is that the included wiring harness creates a splice that taps into the plug that powers the dome lights. So the first step of this install is to remove the dome light covers using the trim tool to get access to the screws underneath. And these things have very tiny plastic clips holding them in place, so you'll want to be really careful not to break anything. Next, we'll unscrew the two screws holding up everything and then gently pull the whole piece down from the headliner. The plug all the way to the left is the plug we'll be tapping into. So we're going to unplug it and then plug it into our wiring harness. The wiring harness is made like an extension cord for this plug, but then has another attached wire that will go into the camera. Then just plug the wiring harness back into the same outlet. Next, I'm going to go ahead and mount the camera on the windshield, lining the edge of it up with the bottom edge of where the mirror meets the glass. The wire hanging out of the camera will run upwards and underneath the headliner into the space where the wiring harness is. Then you'll just plug it into the wiring harness and that's it. Then just tuck the wires in and stick the whole piece back into its place in the headliner, replace the screws, and the install is done. Now you want to get rid of that exposed wire on the windshield by pulling the extensions on the camera up to the headliner, and then boom, no visible wire, making this look completely OEM. If your car has radar cruise control, the camera is built into a housing identical to the one up on the rearview mirror with the sensors in it. The new housing would replace the existing one, but would have the camera built in and all the wiring hidden inside of it. So next, you'll download the FITCAMX app and follow the prompt to connect the Wi-Fi so that you can change the camera settings and watch the footage in the app. The connection will be lost once the car is turned off, but that's okay because the camera doesn't need to be connected to still record and then save the footage to the microSD card. At least in my car, the camera is triggered the moment the car is unlocked and it begins recording. And it'll keep recording until the car is turned off and locked. On the left side of the camera, you'll see two buttons and an indicator light. If the light is flashing blue, that means it's on and recording. If it's red, then there's some sort of error and it needs rebooting. The top button is the power button, which you would only use to A, turn on the camera when the car is off, or B, turn off the camera when the car is on. The second button is the photo button, which snaps a photo without interrupting the current recording. So like I was saying before about the connection, if you want to view the footage in the app, you will need to be in close proximity to the camera with it powered on. Otherwise, you can just remove the microSD card and view it on a computer. The included 64GB card can store roughly 5 hours of footage, so once it's full, it'll start overwriting the oldest footage. But while connected, you can download videos from the app into your phone's camera roll to have it offline. Let's go over the quality of the footage. First, I want to address that in this footage, it looks like about every few seconds there's a slight lag, but that's not how it looks for real. It looks like that because the frame rate of the footage is slightly different than the frame rate of this YouTube video. So what I'm saying is the footage is smoother than it looks here. The camera can film in 4K, which is what I have it set to. The picture is very crisp and high quality. Nighttime footage looks sharp, but you'll want to keep your windshield a little bit cleaner than mine. It can also record sound if you wanted to, but I have the sound turned off. The Dashcam's videos are cut at 3 minutes long, but it starts a new one at the same time so that you don't have crazy long videos saved. A Dashcam becomes priceless after clearing you of any fault in an accident, and it's just something everyone should have. I used to work in auto insurance claims, I worked there for a while, and I've seen time after time how valuable and beneficial dashcam footage is when an accident occurs. And remember, a dashcam can hurt you just as much as it can help you, so if you have one, don't drive like a dumbass. So that's gonna wrap up this overview of the FITCAMX. And since you made it to the end of the video, FITCAMX is offering everybody watching this 10% off using promo code OPTICAL. The link to the site is in the description for you guys. Big thank you to FITCAMX for sponsoring this video. If you enjoyed this review, please like, share with a friend, and subscribe. Thanks for watching, and be safe out there.